And that leads us with the grand final situation where Glyph will be facing off against AstroNinja. Will he be... He got one win. He got one win the last time these two played. Will he be able to turn that one win into 6? We'll have to see if he's able to apply his learning here. As Astro's going to be trying to go in for a curveball and bring out the brass. Going in with a pretty standard brass loadout, toaster, and nade. You just put gloves on brass, dude. There's a lot more you can do with him, but he's another character where he just works super good with gloves. Because of his wide stature, it also means that his gloves kind of have more range than a lot of other characters. It's quite entertaining. Glyph taking down a lot of pressure, a lot of damage. Maybe not as equipped for brass as he was expecting Dr. Coil. And this has definitely been a turn of tides. I mean, he did ban Coil before we got here. So that's probably what's going on. He banned Coil, so why would you expect Coil, eh? But that's not the only character that Astro is good with. He's very frightfully good with most of the casts. He can play Misango in a way that most people can't even take him on. So it's just he's just one of those players that you have to fear and respect. And Glyph needs to find a way through. Going double toaster is definitely a smart call here. Solid choice to kind of power through the armor that Brass brings out as well. And you can see Astro feeling a lot of pressure and not really able to just bring out his rush or bring out his buff state as much as he'd like. Finally getting a knockdown and winning that rush exchange. Showing off Brass has also got a really great jump to overpower Glyph. And he's currently just kind of running through this. Bringing Glyph to critical health. There's little room left for Glyph to be able to bring things back. A solid grab will do a lot of damage, but I think that actually evens it up. He is just above critical too, but that doesn't kill. But it sets Glyph up to that magic pixel state. He needs to make a heavy hit. He cannot let this Brass just stay on that full health. There we go. This is the kill. That is the kill by the wrong way. Astro getting the first point as Glyph blows up from the detonation. Just too low on health to be able to survive that. That would have been it, but that's what Nade does. That is what Nade does, and it will continue to do. It is a demon. Glyph does have the advantage now for this next game. That he is aware that Astro has to lock into max Brass unless he says otherwise. So now Glyph can kind of build around that. But the challenge is after that, he has to make sure he has a build that works for both Brass and Dr. Coil. And those two are very different characters. So it is a monumental hill that he is going to have to go through to be able to try to even like step into the territory of a threat. Because not only is Astro an advantage, but once he's spent some time, Glyph has spent some time figuring out Brass, then he has to anticipate, is it going to be Brass again or is it going to be Coil? Or is Astro going to bring out Misango? Or is he going to bring out something else? Because Astro has a lot of tools under his belt that he could whip out and just like pummel Glyph down with. If the opportunity arises. Both look like they're kind of sticking to their guns here, what they've kind of figured out. Grenade coming back on the field. Likely trying to scare Glyph a little bit more with what just happened. We do have a boxing advantage for Glyph here. The two toasters are just going to be able to punch through the nade and toaster combo. Brass has to win the boxing exchanges by far more than just punching out. He has to win by more than just getting terrified too, as Glyph is currently just eating through that health meter. Brass might have, like, arguably double health in this situation. Well, not necessarily when it's just charged hits coming through. Astro trying to wait to see what's coming, but grab comes out too soon. That's a solid KO for Glyph, who manages to secure a point. Likely gonna want to try to come in with a similar strategy. Astro, recognizing the situation, puts the nade away. He's just gonna go and accept that this is a toast off. I'll take a toast to that, I say. Out comes the rush, but it does end up trading as he throws out the wrong one. Both players actually being very aggressive with these springboards. Despite the fact that usually you'd want to be more careful, but I mean, it is Toaster, and they are able to just like outbox each other. I can see why they're being a little aggressive with the trampoline. Both players holding relatively even, trying to read Glyph's movement onto the board, trying to just hit him, but not able to be in range. Glyph managing to punch and power through, has Astro above critical, just above enraged. Glyph now knocked in. Any charged hit will take him out. He's trying to find something to turn things around. That's going to be a clean rush that he can't respond to. He can't react as he would invest it in the double punch. Allows for Astro to claim the point here. As we move into our next game, Glyph starts with rush advantage in this 1-1, and he's going to use it to gain a point lead. Or a notable health lead here. Has yet to be touched. He is going so ham on that trampoline and just chewing out Astro. Astro has no idea how to respond to the situation, as he's just getting his health burned away. Every charged hit is also sapping away Astro's rush meter, meaning that it's just taking that much longer for him to get into the game and get a response going. A little bit of chip damage from some armor ain't nothing to sneeze at, but if he gets hit by a grab or a charged toaster, Astro's game is gone. He can take maybe one more charged toaster. Doesn't even get the shield breaker because it is not nade. And that is Glyph balancing the score out here. 1 apiece. Wahoo! Cobra's greatest lines. Now that Glyph knows that he can kind of get away with double toaster against Brass, that leaves his other two arms up to be solid options for counterpicking whatever else Astro might want to bring out. It's a whole open field, and Coil is going to be the one he cherry picks here. Cannot blame him. Coil is the best character in the game. Has a lot of great options here. Will the change of the Tri-Blast be enough to allow Glyph to turn the tides in his favor? There's only one way to find out as we dive straight into a Toaster Fiesta. Dr. Coil just launching out toaster after toaster, just cooking this snake for a future snack down the road. Glyph trying to find something to work with the Tri-Blast, but it's really not working the same way that he was hoping he had experienced with Prince. Astro just weaving between these shots, has had so much time to learn how to play against the Tri-Blast that it's not even a threat to him. He's not even scared. You have to be playing this Tri-Blast phenomenally with something else to really start making Astro sweat. And this ain't it. This doesn't seem to be it right now. That said, it might be a situation where Glyph just needs some more time to figure things out, but he chooses to go with the popper here. Curious to see how this is going to play out as Astro wins the rush exchange. You saw him just dip out of reach there. Absolutely incredible as he is just, again, pummeling down Glyph, who is trying to find some kind of opportunity just to do damage. Finally gets a trade, stops the perfect from happening, but this might be a KO as Astro knocks him to that final bit of health. Just one more, it will be enough. And that is now Glyph's time. It is his chance. He has to turn things around here with perfect catches, perfect poppers, perfect toasters. Everything has to be perfect. These dodges, this Cobra Snake slide, and it's gotta be phenomenal, but it's not. It really isn't. It's just too much to handle. And Astro on the bright and sunny beach busts him up. We might be heading into match point here. Astro needs one more win to claim the tournament. Glyph has to win these next two just to get the bracket reset. This is a monumental hill for him to climb. But if anybody can do it right now, it's Glyph. Chat, we need to give him your energy. Cheer him on. He needs the spirit. Do you think he has what it takes? Do you think it's in the bag for... Oh, that's another coil. Right, he did play coil before, yeah. He's just go double... Actually, I saw Hydra in Glyph's loadout. Hydra works. Popper doesn't, Hydra does. And it's kind of specific, but Hydra, just the way it works, can actually play into the boxing game. But you cannot blame the man for going double toaster. It's probably the best pick. I like to think the Hydra can work. This is probably the right choice. Astro currently in a slight lead, has the rush ready. Glyph finally has his set. The nade proving to be pretty dangerous with its full aim, no home. He just grabbed him out of that. You know, I just realizing that Dr. Quill would actually be pretty cool in Marvel Rivals. Chat, you with me? Think about it. We already got a lot of flyers in Marvel Rivals. Imagine Dr. Quill, she would be so cool. It's not gonna happen because she's not a Marvel character. But I would be so stoked if Dr. Quill, she would fit in. Look at this character design. Look at these ladies and tell me she would not fit in with Marvel Rivals. She would be so cool. She would be so absolutely cool. Also, do not judge me for going off topic. It's two Dr. Coils trying to punch each other with gloves from halfway across the field. Like, look at this range. Look at this and tell me they're struggling to do anything. Half of the match and neither have gone below their first bar. This is coil glove meta, everybody. This is peak arms. And it would be so good in Marvel Rivals. Ooh, we got a couple of good hits going in Glyph's favor. 30 seconds left on the clock. Astro trying to farm up a rush here, but these toaster hits are going to slow things down. I think that's just enough time that I don't think Astro can get the rush ready. He has to go in for the push, but Glyph is getting these hits and getting these chips. 10 seconds left, and this is definitely an ended game. Astro is just farming up Rush at this point, claiming his score so that this next round isn't in his disadvantage. She doesn't even need any abilities. Like, yeah, she'd be... Actually, well, no, you just make a lot of her abilities just... One of her abilities is just the buff that generates the third arm. And the other ability is her turning invisible. There you go! Her super is just her activating her rush. She's already fit for Marvel Rivals. Glyph is playing his heart out here, but Astro just has him locked down, has gone double nades just to make sure that he stays down. And that is going to be Astro winning this invitational, despite Glyph's absolute best efforts.
Trial complete.
And they were some phenomenal efforts. Very proud of him. Got 2 sets off of Astro in his 2 matches against him, but that's unfortunately not enough. Chat, you're with me, right? Can we start a petition to get Dr. Coil into Marvel Rivals? I'll main Dr. Coil if she gets put into Marvel Rivals. Chat. But that is going to be it for the ARMS Online Invitational. AstroNinja taking first place. Glyph with a very, very impressive, like, he did so well. Managed to secure second place. Mr. Table with third. Again, like, these players were all so good. So absolutely phenomenal. It was such a delight to watch each and every one of them play. But that is going to be it for us here today. Thank you all so much for watching. I am very serious though. For anybody who can take the moment, please. I don't have a job. I'm trying my hardest, but this economy is fucking hell. Even a couple of dollars would make a world of difference. If there's a couple of Ko-fi requests or commissions you can do on there too. If you want to request something and make it a transaction so you're at least getting something out of it, I'm fine with that. I just need money. Please help. Please. I hate sounding desperate, but I'm really getting to the point where I'm like losing my mind over this. Any kind of help would make a world of difference. Anyways, that's about it. That's all that can be done. We can send an itty bitty raid. Is there anybody live right now?